Aloha! What's going on? It's Mike's from livemyassoff.com, and just running a few errands here, and was thinking about just sort of the way that we pay taxes here in the United States. It's coming up on mid-April, and so, for those of you that don't know, and I think many of you are from the U.S., or at least familiar with things in the U.S., from Canada, Mexico, maybe something like that. In any case, what happens is that we pay taxes as individuals annually. Some people pay quarterly, depending upon, whether they have a sole proprietorship business or whatever. But for the most part, the country sort of agrees that you need to pay your tax, let me be clear, you need to file your income tax by April 15th. And then I guess if April 15th falls on a Sunday, then it's on Monday the 16th or whatever. And so the reason I say that is you need to file, meaning you need to report. And I've actually even just been simply way too busy some years, and so I would literally just send my tax guy an email and say, file an extension. And he would file an extension, and then I would need to complete my income tax, I believe, by October. And so I actually did that for like 2 or 3 years in a row, and then looking back now, it's like, okay, dude, if there was ever an indicator that I was way too freaking busy, all I have time to do is email my tax guy, file an extension. So, whatever. But yeah, yes, you can get an extension. You can get an extension, especially if you're getting money back. They would prefer that if you, actually, I believe if you file for an extension and you're pretty confident you're going to owe them money, you at least sort of need to let them know what it is. Again, I don't know. I have a tax guy to do my taxes. I have a car guy that takes care of my car. They're called mechanics, and the dealer. But in any case, so taxes. So what's funny is I remember years ago, like I worked for a radio station, and other people would, have this celebration whereby before midnight on April 15th, people would like literally camp out or hang out or whatever at the post office because people would purposely wait until the absolute last minute to file their taxes. Now, I don't know whether that necessarily translated into they would wait until the last minute to do their taxes, but probably, especially if they thought they were going to have to pay. For the most part, I don't think anyone in the world likes to pay taxes. You just sort of do. I'm actually very okay with it because I like what I have that happens around me. I actually got my undergraduate degree at a state school, so I am more than okay with paying state income tax. And you could always argue, yeah, but the government doesn't do what they should with it. Okay, sure. I don't do what I should with all of my money either. I have my sponsor, my mentor, my buddy Bill. He always says, for all of my money that I earn, I pay the government first, I pay myself second, and then I squander the rest. and I get that. But anyway, it's just sort of interesting because I was thinking about the fact that I don't listen to local radio stations. I listen to satellite radio, or I listen to music on my phone or something like that, songs that I download. So I don't know if the radio stations still do it. And I, for whatever reason, the topic of when I'm going to file my taxes, for some reason that doesn't seem to come up with my peers and I. And so I have no idea whether my friends sort of still do the ceremony. I mean, people would like get donuts and coffee, and they would do like a sit-in or something like that. They would like all hang out they would do their taxes, and then they would all like drive to the post office to get it postmarked that you're sending out your taxes by April 15th. So I don't know if that's still done, but I think to myself, like, is that done anywhere else in the world? I know for a business in Mexico, and I also know now if we have a business in the Philippines, that a business needs to file, usually pay your income tax, file your income tax monthly if you have a business. I don't know what you do as an individual in those countries. I don't know whether it's an annual thing. I actually forgot what the heck I ever did in Mexico. I don't even know if I think I filed maybe 1 year, but it was basically filing saying I have not made enough taxable income. So anyway, so that was just something that just popped into my head as I'm driving around, because actually I need to go back to the post office and get something. So so I was like, I wonder if people, I mean, I don't know, I haven't been out around 11:30 p.m. on April 15th in the last 4 years that I've been here in Coronado, so I don't know, for all I know, people line up here. I think that they lined up at midnight at the main post office here in San Diego, simply because that one was actually open till midnight. I don't know if this one's open till midnight, so. Anyway, just sort of an interesting, so again, contrast, right, behaviors and that sort of thing that we do here. No clue whether they do this in other countries. Would love to know if other countries, when they watch us do this, like they see it on the news, they're like, God, those Americans are weird. Like, are the Canadians like, you guys, just don't, what are you doing? Focus. You're going to pay your taxes anyway. Just pay it. And I got to tell you, dude, I mean, it's a very logical statement for me. I think for the last, probably at least 13 out of the last 15 years, I've gotten money back. And again, I try and not pay too much income tax every year. I mean, ideally, right, you get nothing back, but you pay no additional income tax when it's due, such that all of the money that you should have gotten, you got. I mean, the only way you get a refund is if you've basically given the government too much money based on the tax paradigm that you're in and the amount of income that you've made. And so I mean, there are some years where I got like over $10,000 back, and I went like, I get excited about the big check, and then you share it with your friends. They're like, it's a ton of money. And I'm like, yeah, no kidding, but I kind of would have preferred to have that money throughout the year to have lived on. But regardless, you know, I'm not a great saver. So I suppose, you know, getting a lump sum like that was good, because it's not like I would have properly spent $900 a month for 12 months in a row or whatever it would have been. So anyway, that's just my sort of perspective on taxes over here. Taxes in America. So anyway, it's Mike saying, I hope you're living the dream, because if you're not living the dream, you're probably not paying your taxes. Ciao.